There's a pocket on your jeans that nobody has ever found a real use for. A tiny pocket that's too small for your phone, too awkward for your wallet, and too easy to lose your keys in. By almost every modern standard, it's useless. So why has it survived for more than 150 years? The answer isn't fashion, it isn't decoration, and it wasn't even invented by Levi Strauss. It began with a tool that almost nobody carries anymore. In 1870, a tailor named Jacob Davis ran a small shop in Reno, Nevada. A woman came in asking him to fix a pair of work pants for her husband. Pants that kept ripping apart at the pocket corners and the base of the button fly. Davis had a habit of using metal rivets to reinforce horse blankets. According to the story passed down at the company, he grabbed a few of those same rivets and hammered them straight into the stress points of the pants. It worked. Word spread fast. Soon miners and laborers across the region wanted pants exactly like it. There was just one problem. Filing an official patent cost around $68. Serious money in 1872, and far more than Davis had. So he wrote a letter to his fabric supplier in San Francisco, a businessman named Levi Strauss, and offered him a partnership. Strauss paid for the patent. On May 20th, 1873, the two men were granted patent number 139,121, officially called Improvement in Fastening Pocket Openings. Levi Strauss's name went on the company. Jacob Davis's name faded from most of the history. These tough new work pants, originally called waist overalls, were aimed at the hardest jobs of the era: miners, railroad workers, cowboys. Back then, nobody wore wristwatches. A pocket watch was the only option, and it was expensive, fragile, and made of glass and fine machinery. Now picture wearing one of those in a loose trouser pocket while swinging a pickaxe or riding a bucking horse all day. Davis and Strauss solved it with a tight, snug little pouch positioned high on the right hip, small enough to grip a pocket watch firmly, secure enough that it wouldn't bounce out or shatter against rock. It was, quite literally, the watch pocket. Ask anyone who knows a bit about denim trivia what this pocket is called, and they'll probably say the fifth pocket. That's actually wrong. When the original riveted jeans launched in 1873, there were only 4 pockets total. 2 in front, the tiny watch pocket on the right, and a single pocket on the right back side. That's it. It wasn't until 1901, almost 30 years later, that the company added a second back pocket because customers kept asking for one. That second back pocket is the real fifth pocket. The tiny watch pocket isn't a bonus addition at all. It's one of the 4 originals. One more twist. During World War II, the U.S. government asked clothing manufacturers to conserve metal for the war effort. The company temporarily removed the copper rivets from the watch pocket to comply. The rivets eventually came back after the war. The pocket itself never went anywhere. As the 20th century moved forward, wristwatches took over. The pocket watch became old-fashioned, then rare, then essentially gone, which left manufacturers with a pocket that no longer had a job, so they shrank it. Around the turn of the century, the pocket went from about 3.5 inches down to roughly 3 inches, just enough room left for whatever people decided to use it for next, and people got creative. In the 1950s, teenagers used it to hold Zippo lighters. Later, it became the unofficial home for loose coins, movie tickets, guitar picks, or a spare button. Today, the pocket watch it was built for doesn't exist in most people's lives anymore. But denim brands keep that little pocket exactly where it's always been. Not because it's useful, because removing it would mean removing a piece of denim's identity that's lasted longer than the object it was designed for. So the next time your thumb brushes against that tiny pocket, you'll know exactly what you're touching. A pocket built for a fragile glass watch that almost nobody carries anymore. Designed by a tailor most people have never heard of, in a small shop in Reno, Nevada, because he couldn't afford a patent on his own. Renamed by myth as the fifth pocket, when it was actually one of the first four. A century and a half later, it's still there. Not because anyone needs it, because some things earn their place by simply refusing to leave. That's what we do at Unknown Behind Known Things. Find the real story hiding inside the things you wear, use, and walk past every day. Subscribe for more, and tell us in the comments, what everyday object should we look into next?